I was 41 when the Meridian climbed away from Earth in the year 2196. From the command window, the planet still looked whole. Blue oceans, white storms, the thin gold line of sunrise. But everyone on board knew that beauty was a lie. The coastlines were withdrawing. Farms were turning to salt. Cities that once argued about the future were now building walls against the weather. We were not sent to plant a flag. We were sent to find a place where human life could continue after Earth stopped being kind to it. There were 7 of us on the Meridian. I led the mission. Mara Chen carried the biology archive. Thomas Rook kept the engines alive. Ilya Noor charted terrain. Dev Sen watched the gravity models. Alina Park guarded the ship's systems. And Jonah Voss was there to record everything, in case no one ever heard from us again. Our target was Veyra, a green world orbiting at the edge of a collapsed star. The readings were almost impossible. Liquid water, breathable air, forests, stable weather, and no sign of industry. The danger was the star itself. Its gravity bent time around it. Every model told us that 14 months on Veyra would cost Earth 18 years. It was a terrible price, but still a human price. We said goodbye to children, parents, lovers, and streets we expected to see again. Older, but still alive. After 11 months in deep transit, the sky ahead folded into a ring of white fire. Behind it, Veyra appeared like a second Earth drawn by someone who had never known pollution. Black mountains cut through blue mist. Rivers glowed faintly under the clouds. Forests moved in slow waves beneath the wind. We found no roads, no cities, no satellites, no voices. Just a planet that seemed to be waiting. The first weeks were almost peaceful. Then Tomas cut his hand while replacing a relay outside the landing strut. The wound should have needed 12 stitches. Before Mara finished preparing the needle, the bleeding slowed. By the next morning, the skin had sealed, smooth except for a pale mark. At first, we blamed the medical foam. Then Alina noticed her nails had not grown in 6 weeks. Jonah's old scar had faded. That discovery changed the mission. Our reports stopped sounding like exploration logs and started sounding like prayers. But the planet's beauty began to feel deliberate. Ilya found groves where trees grew in perfect circles around empty soil. Dev detected stone shapes beneath the roots, angles too precise to be natural. One night, every dead console on the Meridian flashed at once. A pulse rose from somewhere under the forest, touched our ship, and vanished before we could trace it. Veyra remained silent after that. No animal called from the...
3 days into the return flight, Alina found the first error. Meridian's internal clock did not match the gravity record from our descent. Dev recalculated the mass of the collapsed star using surface readings from Veyra instead of old Earth-based estimates. The numbers did not drift. They shattered. An invisible field surrounded the star, amplifying time distortion thousands of times beyond anything our instruments had understood. Every hour we had spent under Veyra's sky had cost Earth more than half a year. 14 months for us had become 5,200 years for home. We checked the clocks, the engines, the navigation archive, even the radiation damage on the hull. The answer did not change. Earth was not 18 years older. Earth had passed beyond everyone who had ever spoken our names.
Grief that large does not arrive all at once. Mara opened a birthday message from a daughter who had been 7 when we left. Tomas held a sealed recording from his brother and could not press play. I watched the last sunset I had saved from Earth and realized the person who had filmed it, the city below it, and every witness to my life.
A message entered the ship as geometry, then rearranged itself into English. It directed us to coordinates in what had once been the Atlantic Ocean. When we arrived, a white platform larger than a city opened from the water without seams. The Meridian was pulled inside without touching the sea. The chamber filled with warm air. Figures came toward us, shaped like people, but made from pale material and translucent tissue. Light moved beneath their skin in place of blood. Their fate across 5 millennia. Hunger had ended. Disease had ended. Aging had ended. Private memory had become optional. Family had become symbolic. Names were kept as patterns, not bloodlines. The chorus welcomed us as living ancestors, a biological branch of humanity preserved by accident. They built rooms from our era, streets from our records, even apartments that looked like homes we had left behind. But none of it felt lived in. It felt like a museum pretending to breathe. Then they began to study us. They watched our sleep. They recorded our fear. They collected cells from cups, chairs, gloves, and the air around our beds. The chorus could manufacture perfect bodies, but they could no longer create a naturally conceived human child. Their genome had been simplified through centuries of design. They offered us health, safety, and a place inside their shared mind. In return, they wanted every cell we carried and permission to rebuild biological humanity from us. Mara saw children in that promise. Helena saw captivity with clean walls. Tomas called it resurrection without consent. I understood all of them.
Earth still had oceans, mountains, and sky. But belonging had disappeared from it. We were not safe.
So we voted inside the Meridian's command cabin. The decision was not unanimous, but the majority chose Veyra. The chorus did not stop us. Before we left, they gave us a compact archive containing 5,000 years of human history. They warned that another pass near the collapsed star could carry Earth beyond any future we might recognize. Behind their words was something like pity. The return to Veyra felt shorter, because nothing behind us could truly wait. The dead star widened in the forward glass. Light curved into a burning circle. Space folded around the Meridian, and for a second time we crossed the field.
We landed beside the original basin. The greenhouse still glowed, but pale vines had climbed across its transparent walls. Meridian's instruments showed that only 11 months had passed on Veyra since our departure. For Earth, another age had already moved on without us. We carried tools, seeds, and the chorus archive into the forest. Our old footprints were gone beneath silver moss. Near the greenhouse, Ilya found a stone path hidden under roots. The stones were smooth with use, though none of us had ever walked there. The path descended into a clearing filled with grave markers, arranged in 6 widening rings around a black central stone.
At first, I thought the names were a mistake. Then I saw mine. Aron Vale, Mara Chen, Tomas Rook, Ilya Nor.
Behind the graves, the forest began to glow. Human shapes moved between the trees. One figure entered the clearing, wearing the remains of a Meridian flight suit, so old that the fabric had become almost bark. When it raised its head, I saw my own face. Not older, not younger, just exhausted in a way no year could explain. Then I understood why Veyra healed us, why the circles hid beneath the forest, why the planet had watched without speaking. It was not saving us from time. It was returning us to a choice we had already made. Maybe we had built settlements here before. Maybe we had died here before. Maybe the planet restored our bodies and erased our memories each time Earth became unreachable again.
The archive from the chorus had no answer. My crew stood behind me, under 2 rising moons, young and terrified, surrounded by graves that remembered us better than we remembered ourselves. We had crossed space to escape extinction. We had crossed time to outrun loss. But endless life meant nothing if every beginning was only a forgotten ending.
We once believed time was an enemy that chased us through the stars. We were wrong. Time never had to chase us. It only had to arrive at our destination first.